What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me see. Make sure my audio is straight. All right, man. It's your boy Jermaine, General G's recruiting, back with another video. We're gonna do a Crawford versus Porter post-fight thoughts. Not expecting a lot of people to show up, man. It's kind of a spur of the moment video, but I gotta give my thoughts, man, because my boy did what he had to do, man. He did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? Anybody in the stream, man? Man, put a comment, man, where you from? Let me know you here. We're going to get this thing started, man. I'm going to read off my scorecard, too, because I've been watching a lot of boxing videos, hearing their analysis, seeing what they thought. And I can say one thing about Bud, man. He takes it out of the judge's hands because I don't know what people be seeing, bro, when it comes to scoring these fights. I just don't know. Because from what I've seen, a lot of people agree with me, but then some people saw it a completely different way. And that's why in boxing, man, it's just best to just knock the dude out, bro. It's just knock him out or stop him. So it's an objective decision. You don't put it in the hands of the judges because I don't know. I don't know if people just don't know boxing or what. But my boy pulled it off like I knew he would. Like I said yesterday, man, Crawford ain't never let me down. Never, ever, ever. He the only athlete that I will put money on. He's the only athlete that I will put faith in, who I would get emotional about, because he has never sold me out, never embarrassed me. And he, you know what I'm saying? And he just keep winning, bro. And we got to make a case, bro. Terrence Crawford, I'm a big Canelo fan, but when you think about it, man, you got to put Crawford at number one pound for pound, man. You just got to. It's a lot when it comes to Canelo, man. Canelo got a lot of asterisks behind his name that Crawford don't. For one, Crawford ain't never popped hot for no PEDs. Crawford ain't never dropped no belt. Crawford ain't never ducked nobody. Crawford don't pick and choose who he want to fight. Crawford don't put no rehydration clauses and no stipulations on people he fight. He just get the job done. And he's done it at 3 divisions. And he's literally stopped everybody that he's faced at 147. And my definition of a pound for pound fighter is somebody that can move up in weight and still be dominant. And so with a guy dominating 135, 140, and now being a big dog at 147 and stopping everybody at his third weight division, you got to put him at number one on the pound for pound list, man. This, to me, is no arguments. So we're going to break down this fight. I knew Crawford was going to get the stoppage. I knew he was going to win, but it was a lot closer than I thought it would be. I you know what I'm saying, in my initial predictions, I didn't think Porter was going to win more than 2 rounds, but it was definitely a lot closer than I thought, especially in the beginning of the fight. So round 1 was kind of a fill me out round. I gave that to Porter. Then round 2, I gave it to Crawford. Round 3, I gave it to Porter. Round 4, I gave it to Crawford. Round 5, I gave it to Porter. So from the first 5 rounds, it was basically like tit for tat. One was winning, one won a round, the other one won a round. One won a round, one another one. Like nobody really established dominance. Crawford was kind of making me a little nervous because he was getting caught with like some jabs, and I don't know. He kind of, Crawford gets hit a lot. I'm not even gonna lie about that. But Sean Porter doesn't really have any power, so it wasn't really affecting him at all. He was just kind of eating through those shots. He was kind of establishing dominance, showing Porter that he was actually stronger than him. And then I feel like after the 5th round is when Crawford started taking over more, because I got Crawford winning the 6th round, 7th round, 8th round, 9th round, and then he stops him in 10 rounds. So even though it was close at the beginning, I felt that Crawford at the after the fifth round really started establishing himself. He started throwing better combinations, started landing more shots, and I think he just took over the fight. I've been seeing a lot of people saying that they had Porter winning up until the 10th round stoppage. I don't I don't know what those people were watching, man. It was close. Some of them rounds could have went either way, but I felt like Crawford had him by at least 2 rounds. At least one round, he was up on Porter before the stoppage, but that's just how I saw it. Then in the 10th round, you know what I'm saying, he turned it up. He ended up dropping Sean Porter. He timed him perfectly. He kind of baited him into a hook, and he basically kind of blocked it with his left hand. He blocked the hook with his left hand, and then he stepped back and ducked another hook, and then he came back counter with the uppercut. And he timed it perfect because after Porter threw both of his hooks, he ducked his head down, and then Crawford was right there for the uppercut, and it was just perfect timing. It was, you know what I'm saying, it can't get any better than that. And then the second time around, he almost did the same thing, but he missed the left hook. Crawford missed the left hook, but then he came right back with an overhand right and caught Porter flush and dropped him. And Porter was tough, man. Porter was taking some hard shots, especially to the body. He was kind of eating them. I can't remember what round it was, but Crawford had hit him in the body at the end of the round, and like Porter walked back. He kind of like started walking back before the round was over, and I was like, oh yeah, he felt that body punch. But in terms of getting punched in the face, I don't think Porter was ever really hurt or anything like that. Even after the knockdowns, you can see after the second knockdown, he was kind of frustrated. He kind of threw a temper tantrum, and he just kind of knew, man, this fight was close. And I felt like he probably caught deja vu of fighting Errol Spence, where it was a real close fight, and then he just gets clipped, and it just kind of messes him up. But I think he, you know what I'm saying, frustration and embarrassment after that second knockdown. He wasn't hurt at all. I think he definitely got up to his feet and was ready to continue fighting. But then his dad, Kenny Porter, stopped the fight, which surprised me. I had no idea. Like, to me, Kenny Porter seems like the type of dad that will make Porter continue fighting. He doesn't seem like the type of father that would throw in a towel. So it was kind of a suspect stoppage, and I don't think he stopped. And the crazy part is, man, Kenny Porter he embarrassed Sean Porter after the fight when they were speaking in the ring, where he said that he blamed Sean Porter for not training hard for this camp. I have heard rumors that Sean Porter was not training Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't know why, maybe because of his podcast and he was doing a lot of commentating. I think that may have kind of rubbed his dad the wrong way. And I feel like his dad kind of got back at him. I think his dad kind of got back at him and stopped the fight because he's like, okay, you're not going to train when I want you to train. You're going to skip all these days. Well, you know what? I'm about to throw in a towel. I felt like he didn't throw in a towel for his son's health. I felt like he did it out of spite to kind of make a statement like, no, I'm in charge. You know what I'm saying? You think you running stuff in training camp? No, I'm in charge. And I'm going to stop this fight. Because he kind of alluded to that. He was like, after the second fight, my son was at a deficit. He couldn't win. He wasn't training hard enough, and he blamed it all on Sean. And I felt like if that's how you really feel, you shouldn't put that out there in public, especially after the fight in the ring where everybody's watching and you got your son right there, and you're gonna like put him down like that after he lost the biggest fight of his life, and you just gonna throw him under the bus like that, man. I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie. If that was my dad and my dad did that to me on that stage and I lost in front of all these people, I'm embarrassed, and then he gonna throw me under the bus, man, I think I would have cut ties with him. I would have been mad, bro. Like, but I don't know, man. But like I say, but then at the same time, as a father, he knows his son more than anything. Sean Porter was going to get stopped in that round because you know how Crawford does. When he smells blood, he just going to come after you. And I don't know, man. Like I say, I don't have any kids, so I don't know what I would have done in that situation. But I definitely don't think Sean Porter was hurt enough for the fight to be stopped. All right, I see you, Info Zen. Yeah, Porter should fire his dad. Well, he retired, so you know what I'm saying, that I don't see his dad coaching anybody else. Yeah, his dad should have stopped the fight. He shouldn't have stopped the fight. He was in his feelings. Yeah, like I said, he was in his feelings, bro. Like, I think his dad stopped the fight because Sean Porter wasn't training. And like I said, I don't know. To me, from you know what I'm saying, watching the buildup of the fight, it looked like Sean Porter was training hard. He always comes in shape. He made weight. He wasn't really tired in the fight. But I did hear the rumor that Sean Porter was not training Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. And if that is the case, I can kind of see how that could have rubbed his dad the wrong way. But I don't think his dad handled that situation right. I think that should have been something that you handle off camera. You know what I'm saying? He should have been like, hey, congratulations to Terrence Crawford. Crawford was the better man tonight. We did all we could. After the second knockdown, I don't think my son was gonna win the fight, and I didn't want to see him get badly hurt. And then you leave. That's how it should have been. You know what I'm saying? Not, oh, my son didn't train hard. He didn't listen to what I was saying. Like, you can't. That's messed up, man. Yeah, info's in. That's why Porter's retiring, because he don't want to hurt his dad by hiring a new trainer. Yeah, he'd rather retire. And then Sean Porter gonna be good, man. He got you know what I'm saying, he got his own podcast, the Porterway podcast, and then he also does like the broadcasting. So he got a career outside of boxing. And like I say, he's already fought everybody in the welterweight division. And he's not planning on moving up to 154. So, and then he said he doesn't want to be like a gatekeeper to the division. And he already said he's not gonna fight Boots Ennis. I know he's not gonna fight Virgil Ortiz. So, and he's 34 years old. He did everything. He just got paid $4 million guaranteed. He gonna get some back end pay-per-view money. He might as well retire, bro. Might as well. All right, let's see some more questions. I see you, shampoos $20. Not at all. That's a conversation. Yeah, exactly, man. That's a conversation in the locker room, man. Like, you don't say that, man. Like why? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know how Sean Porter deals with his dad, man. I just don't know how he does that, bro. You win as a team, you lose as a team, but you don't blame your son. Exactly, man. Exactly, bro. You don't. And even if he did have a problem with Sean Porter not training as hard, man, you don't blast him like that on that type of a platform. You just don't do it, man. You just don't do it. All right. Rakeem, I see you. Hey, brother, been a while. I missed your stream the other day. Yeah, man. It was a great fight, man. And it's crazy, man. Terrence Crawford, my favorite fighter, bro. I'll be having anxiety, man. I felt like I was about to have an anxiety attack during that fight. During those first few rounds, I was like, Lord, you know what I'm saying? Terrence, he getting hit a little too hard. And man, shout out to Sean Porter. I thought Sean Porter fought a good fight, man. Like, he was actually like boxing, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't as aggressive. You have to really watch Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford is so great fighting off the back foot that you can't just rush him, man. You can't rush him. You can't throw crazy shots. But Sean Porter did a really good job boxing, man. He did better than I thought he would. I think Sean Porter should have used his footwork more to get in position, because there were spurts in that fight to where you start seeing him move his, you know what I'm saying, move his feet to close the distance. And I was kind of confusing Crawford a little bit. And he had an excellent jab. But when Terrence Crawford switched southpaw, man, and he started, and Crawford was having a hard time timing him with that overhand, with the check right hook. But he ended up catching him, man. But yeah, it was a good fight. I think Crawford made a great decision getting rid of Bob Arum. Yeah, man. Like, it's crazy how the tables have turned. Like, Crawford is like in the best position he can be at. I'm pretty sure everybody thinks he's the number one at 147 right now. Like, he literally just He was the first person to stop Sean Porter. He's no longer with Bob Arum. He's a free agent, and he's at the top of the world now. And now his rival, Errol Spence, does not have a fight coming up. So he's putting Errol Spence in a position to where if Spence does not fight Terrence Crawford next, we're not going to blame Terrence Crawford for this. We're going to know who the real culprit is. We're gonna see now what's really going on, who really wants to fight. Has it been Errol Spence ducking the fade, or has it been Terrence Crawford? Because now there's no excuses. There's no this side of the street. I think now it's a 50-50 fight. When it comes to negotiations, it got to be 50-50, man. And let's be honest, man. After last night's victory, we can make a case that Terrence Crawford has a better welterweight resume than Errol Spence. We're not even going to talk about complete resume because it's right after this fight right now is no question Terrence Crawford got a better resume than Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? When you look at what he did at 135, 140, and now moving up to 147, getting a belt first fight, and he has stopped every fighter at 147. He stopped every fighter at 147. And if you think about it, Errol Spence's best victories were against Sean Porter, Kell Brook, Mikey Garcia, and Danny Garcia. Crawford beat Sean Porter better than Errol Spence beat Porter. He beat Kell Brook better than Errol Spence beat Porter. We're not going to give Errol Spence no credit for Mikey Garcia because Mikey Garcia is a 135-pounder, but Errol Spence couldn't even get him out of there. The only other person that Errol Spence got on his resume is Danny Garcia. But then you can also say, you know what I'm saying, Terrence Crawford beat Amir Khan. So I feel like after tonight, realizing that Terrence Crawford has stopped everybody at welterweight, Crawford is the best, hands down, number one at 147. And I think he has a better resume than Spence. All right, let's look at some more info's in. I didn't watch the fight. Did Porter punch the canvas because he got knocked down or because his dad? No, he punched the canvas because he got knocked down the second time. And he just kind of knew it. Like he punched it because of frustration. Yeah. So as soon as he hit the canvas, getting knocked down the second time, I guess he realized his error or whatever. And he was just so frustrated. He was just punching the canvas because he got knocked down. It wasn't because his dad threw in a towel. All right, in my opinion, Porter's a B-level fighter. I'm still a Porter fan because he beat the brakes off of Paulie. I never liked him as a fighter. Yeah, I was saying Porter's a B-level. I thought Porter was like, I always been like, man, Porter's kind of overrated, man, because Porter never really won the big fights, man. Like he lost to Spence, now he lost to Crawford, he lost to Kell Brook, and he lost to Keith. So he beat Adrian Broner, but come on, man. Adrian Broner, ever since he lost to Madonna, he been a shot fighter. He beat Danny Garcia. Like you said, he beat Paulie, but who's Paulie? I mean, come on, I know Paulie was a champion, but you know what I'm saying? Sean Porter's biggest victory is against Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia got washed by Errol Spence. Like all these people saying that Sean Porter is a Hall of Famer, I just don't see it, man. I want somebody to explain to me, how is Sean Porter a Hall of Famer when you lost all your biggest fights? I don't care if you fought. Just because you fought everybody doesn't make you a Hall of Famer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. Porter is difficult for anyone. He's no pushover. Yeah, he was difficult. He made it hard for Terrence Crawford. He made it hard for Errol Spence. But Crawford is just a different beast, man. He's just a different beast. We got Lopez and Kambosos to look forward to now. I also want you to think about Crawford versus Spence. Crawford wins. Bro, Crawford wins. Man, did you see Spence after the fight, bro? Spence is a hoe. I've been saying since day one, bro. Spence is ducking Terrence Crawford, and I'm finally glad that the world sees it now. Soon as they threw in the towel, they put the camera on Spence, and Spence got up and left. Spence was supposed to get in that ring after the fight and call Terrence Crawford out. I guarantee you, if Sean Porter would have won that fight, he would have went in the ring and called him out, but he didn't. He tucked his tail, bro. I'm so sick of Spence. I can't wait I pray to God they make that fight next, man. I don't want to hear nothing about his eye. Crawford need to knock his other eye loose. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no excuses, bro. And I don't want Crawford to wait until Spence have a tune-up fight. He need to take Spence out right now. Crawford ain't gonna get no credit no way. So you might as well take him out his misery, man. I don't understand how people be defending Spence, man. That gets on my nerves, man. Yeah, you saw some dismissal Spence was after the fight. Bro, he don't want the smoke, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, SNL Fitness, bro. Spence don't want the fight, man. We all see who's top dog, man. We see it now. It's plain as day who really want the smoke. Spence, it ain't no way no drunk gonna beat Crawford, bro. You ain't gonna beat Crawford if you a part-time fighter, bro. We know Spence don't be in no gym, man. Come on, man. Apparently Spence left the fight early. He definitely didn't want to smoke. Yeah, man. If he wanted to smoke, he would have got in the ring. Why you didn't get in the ring, bro? He was the first one out. He was the first one out of the building, man. Tuck tail. Didn't want to talk to him. I said, man, this dude Spence, bro. Man, this dude Spence, bro. Sean Porter needed a better trainer, in my opinion. His dad is toxic. Yeah, man. If you got to understand, man, like sometimes when you training somebody, bro, you have to encourage them as well. When we watch like all the, you know what I'm saying, the documentaries leading up to the fight, all I seen was Kenny Porter criticizing Sean Porter. Like, and I know you do need constructive criticism, but you also gotta acknowledge what he's doing good. You know what I'm saying? You can't just beat up on a guy over and over again. And even when they're sparring, he's stopping the sparring matches, yelling at Sean Porter. But I can understand, man. Your dad got you there. He made you a world champion twice. I would have stuck with my dad too, but if my dad would have threw me under the bus after that fight like that, I've been like, bro, you know what I'm saying? That ain't cool. Yeah, Danny Garcia Danny Garcia. Who is Danny Garcia beat at welterweight? Nobody. Now Danny Garcia was a beast at 140. I ain't got nothing to say about 140, but at 147, what big fight has Danny Garcia won? And Danny Garcia ducked Terrence Crawford. Because they offered Danny Garcia to fight before Amir Khan, but Danny Garcia didn't want to take the fight. The same reason Ken Norton's a Hall of Famer. Fighting everyone of your area of your era means something. I gotta disagree with that, man. To me, Sean Porter is not a Hall of Famer. That's just like when people say Carmelo Anthony is a Hall of Famer. I'm just like, how is Carmelo Anthony a Hall of Famer, bro? There's no way, man. No way. And I respect Sean Porter because Sean Porter literally got in the ring with everybody but Manny Pacquiao. And him not getting in the ring with Manny Pacquiao wasn't his fault. So I give him respect for that. But if you lose against, all right, let's see who he's fought. The top guys. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia. We can even put Adrian Broner in there. Out of all those people, he only beat 2 of them. But you lost to 4 of the top guys. Like, I can't get, and he's only been at that weight division. I think he started at 154 and then he dropped down to 147. And I'm like, if you've been at the same weight class your whole career and you lost to 4 of the top guys in your division, I can't give you no Hall of Fame. Even though you fought everybody, I just can't give it to you, man. I can't put him in the Hall of Fame. Especially James Toney ain't even in the Hall of Fame right now. They passed over James Toney. Think about that. James Toney ain't in the Hall of Fame. So how is Sean Porter going to get in the Hall of Fame? Team Spence going to lowball Bud and say he doesn't want it when Bud demands. Man, bro, it's a 50-50 fight. Bud should take if they don't get Bud 50-50 of the profits, I wouldn't even fight. I wouldn't even worry about Spence, bro. Spence, somebody gonna knock Spence off. I hope. And see, the thing about it is you got Boots Ennis. What does he rank like? Number 2 or 3? I think he's ranked number 3 in the WBC. You have Virgil Ortiz ranked up there in the IBF. Spence gonna have to fight. If he don't fight Crawford, he gonna have to fight one of these young killers. What happens if Spence move up to 154 without fighting Crawford? What they gonna say then? I would take that beat with you. I feel like Spence will win, but it will be a trilogy. Yeah, man, hey, if you feel like Spence will beat Crawford, it's gonna be a tough fight, especially if Spence fights to where he has a high pace. I think it's gonna be a close fight. But we got to get him in the rings. I don't understand why this fight can't happen. Like, if this fight, I don't understand why this fight couldn't happen next. If this fight doesn't happen next, I think it's got to be Spence doesn't want to fight, man. But like I say, it ain't like Spence can't beat Crawford. It's going to be literally a 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm rolling with my boy Crawford, man. Until Crawford lose, I'm rolling with him, bro. Do you think Bud will sign with the PBC? I don't think he's gonna sign. If he does sign with the PBC, I think it'll be like on a fight-to-fight basis, kind of like what Canelo does, maybe like a 2-fight deal, a 3-fight deal. I don't think he's gonna sign long-term to anybody. It wouldn't be smart. I think he's learned from what he went through at Top Rank that signing long-term with one of these companies is not the best for him. And look at Canelo. Canelo is a free agent. He does like fight-to-fight deals, and he was able to fight 4 times this year and become undisputed in 1 year. I think that's what Crawford should do. I think he should take that route that Canelo's doing. And then Bob Arum even said that. He was like, he's willing to do like a 1-fight deal for him to fight Josh Taylor next, which I'm going to be honest, man, I'm more concerned about Terrence Crawford fighting Josh Taylor than Errol Spence. Josh Taylor is dangerous, man. Josh Taylor is a beast. And not only that, he's dedicated to the sport. That's my one thing about Errol Spence. That's one factor to why Errol Spence won't beat Terrence Crawford. Errol Spence is a part-time boxer, man. He's still getting drunk, man. He was drunk at, what was that last fight he was at, man? And he was so tipsy and stuff like that. What was a couple weeks ago? I can't even remember what fight it was. He's still partying with Yellow Beezy. He ain't it, man. He's not a gym rat like Terrence Crawford is. And at that level like that, bro, you got to be in the gym year round, man. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I hope he doesn't sign with PBC, man. It's funny because Spence said in the interview right after he left, he had Porter up. For the guys that just got in here, I'm gonna read off my scorecard real quick. So I had Crawford winning the fight before the 10th round stoppage. So the first round I gave it to Porter. Second round I gave it to Crawford. Third round I gave it to Porter. Fourth round I gave it to Crawford. Fifth round I gave it to Porter. So from rounds 1 through 5, I felt like it was going back and forth. But the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, I gave all that to Crawford, man. That's just how I saw the fight. I don't see how people can say that Porter was up. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. Danny Garcia rose to fame for his KO with Amir Khan. And you got to give him credit for that because Amir Khan was in his prime back then. You got to give I give Danny Garcia full credit for everything he did at 140. Danny Garcia was a monster at 140. And Amir Khan was that dude back then. And he knocked him out, man. He knocked him out. Amir Khan had like the fastest hands in boxing. So I'm going to give Danny his credit at 140. But at 147, he has not done anything at 147. Bro, Melo is a Hall of... Come on, Shampoo. Carmelo is a Hall of Famer? Come on, man. Carmelo Anthony ain't no Hall of Famer, bro. What has he done? What has he done, bro? Carmelo Anthony ain't done nothing to be no Hall of Famer, bro. I can't give it to him, bro. I can't give him that, man. He gonna get in, but I can't give it to him. Can we also admit Benavidez needs to fight Canelo? Yes, I realize. Bro, of course, man. Info's in, bro. That, like I say, man, 2 days ago when I did the stream, bro, Canelo ducking, bro. And see, he using going up to cruiserweight as an excuse to duck. See, Crawford, Canelo, man, he's slick, bro. Him and his trainer are slick. But he is ducking, but he's disguising it. And he's like, oh, I'm going up to cruiserweight just so it doesn't seem like he's ducking. But he is ducking. He's ducking Benavidez. He got Charlo. He got Boo Boo Andre. And then he got those dudes at 175. And so he going to skip over all those guys to go fight somebody from the jungles of the Congo that ain't nobody ever heard of at cruiserweight, bro. Canelo, man, I don't know, bro. If Canelo don't fight Benavidez, bro, I might not be a fan of him no more, bro. If Canelo don't fight Benavidez in 2022, we're gonna have to start calling him a duck, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was a travesty that James Toney is not in the Hall of Fame. Bro, how is he not in the Hall of Fame, bro? I'll be watching James Toney fights, bro. James Toney, bro, if fighters now had the mentality of James Toney, bro, we wouldn't have all this crap that we have in boxing where they marinate a fight. James Toney will fight anybody, anywhere. He wasn't ducking no smoke. James Toney did not care who you were. He was going to fight you, bro. And he should have been first ballot Hall of Famer. The people that vote for Hall of Famer should be ashamed of themselves for not putting him as first ballot. The crazy thing is Roy Jones made a prime Toney look like a C-level fighter. Just shows you, bro. Roy Jones, man. Roy Jones in his prime might have been the greatest fighter ever. Might have been. I still think Roy Jones is the greatest pound-for-pound fighter that... Now, I've never seen Sugar Ray Robinson. That was way before my time. From what I've heard historically, Sugar Ray Robinson is the greatest fighter ever. But pound for pound, just seeing where Roy Jones started from and moving all the way up to heavyweight, Roy Jones, I think, is the greatest pound for pound fighter ever. And in his prime, Roy Jones at 160 might have been the greatest fighter ever. Yeah, Roy Jones was a freaking name. Roy Jones was a once in a lifetime talent. Yeah, info's in. Yeah, Canelo is ducking. Facts. And I've been a big Canelo defender, man. Like, I've been a defender of Canelo. I have brushed aside a lot of stuff that he's done. I understand he tested positive for clenbuterol. I understand that he likes to weight drain people. I understand he likes to fight people at catch weights. I understand that he likes to put hydration clauses. I know the fact that he vacated his 160 belts when he could have fought Demetrius Andrade for undisputed. And I forgave him for all that. But I gotta stand my ground. I'm not gonna not criticize him for what he's doing right now. Moving up to cruiserweight to fight somebody we ain't never heard of when he got all this smoke at 168 and 175. I can't give him a pass on that. I cannot. And I still have Canelo number one. I had Canelo pound for pound. But after last night, I gotta put Crawford up. I gotta put Crawford number one pound for pound because we gotta bring it up. Crawford dominated 3 divisions: 135, 140, 147. He is top dog at 147. He has stopped everybody at 147. Crawford has never popped hot for a PED. Crawford ain't never dropped no belt. Crawford ain't never put no rehydration clause on nobody. Crawford ain't never fought nobody at no catch weight. We got to factor all that stuff in for pound, man. And he looking for the smoke. And he want all the smoke. He ain't never ducked nobody. In these things that I'm telling you, you can bring all that stuff up when you talk about Canelo. So when you compare those two, it's like, I don't know, man. Canelo got a lot of asterisks around his name, bro. He got a lot of asterisks around his name. And then Terrence Crawford ain't never cheated nobody on the scorecards. He ain't had to. If you look at Crawford's record, it's only 8 people that Crawford did not stop. And all those 8 people that went the distance with Crawford, they lost to a unanimous decision. Crawford has never had a split decision. So what that tells me is Crawford has never had a close fight. Either it's a unanimous decision or it's a knockout, or he stops you. How, when you think of it like that, how can you not have him at number 1 pound for pound, man? Yeah, moving weight, that's what makes him the GOAT over Sugar Ray. Yeah. If you're talking about Roy Jones, because Roy Jones started at like what 154 and went all the way up to heavyweight. That's tough, man. That's tough. But you did defend the tainted meat. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I forgot about. I was excusing that. I was like, all right, he did pop hot. You know what I'm saying? He been testing clean now, and I excuse it. Now I can't do it no more, bro. I can't. What he's trying to do now, bro, I can't. I have to call it out now, man. I have to call it out. No Arsenal, no life. Crazy thing is, Manny Stewart said Gerald McClellan was more talented than Roy, and apparently he also beat Roy in the amateur. Sad what happened to the guy. Yeah, that's crazy right there, man. But hey, Emmanuel Stewart, if he say it, is law. You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy, man, because Roy Jones, bro. Roy Jones was tough, man. Like the dude was so fast, man, that he ain't even had no jab. He ain't even need to jab you. His hooks were like jabs, bro. Roy Jones, I don't think it'll ever be another Roy Jones, bro. I just don't see it. What other good fights do we have coming up? Let me see. We really don't have that many good fights. We got Teofimo fighting Kambosos. I don't even know when that fight is gonna happen. We got Tank Davis fighting that the dude named Pitbull. Who else, man? We got some more fights. They got Triple G fighting. They ain't really got no big fights. All the big fights, like this Crawford and Porter was like the last big fight of the year. You got Javante Day. I just said that. So you got a few more fights. You got Lomachenko versus Richard Comey. I think that's going to be the most competitive fight for the last year. I'm definitely gonna watch that fight. And also they got Keyshawn Davis, who's going to be on the undercard. You know, he's got Bomac training him, so he's going to be in camp with Crawford. Hopefully he can get some sparring with Crawford to prepare him. And Keyshawn Davis is going to be next, bro. Keyshawn Davis and Shakur, those guys are the future, man. You know what I'm saying? They say when those two guys spar, it's a chess match. And now with Keyshawn in camp with on Team Crawford, man, come on, man. Yeah, Roy Jones was tough, man. All right, Canelo on Roy's. If he moves up to cruiserweight and if he has the same speed and mobility, don't do, because if you look at Andy Ruiz when he started training down there with Reynoso, and look at how his leg muscles got all big, yeah, they definitely own something, bro. If Canelo can move up and weigh 190 and is still solid, then he probably is on something, bro. I think he owns something too, man. But just because you on Roy's don't mean you're going to be a good boxer. He still got the skills, but Canelo just got too many. I'm going to have to put, I got to put Crawford over Canelo pound for pound, because Crawford don't have no asterisks. You know what I'm saying? He don't weight drain nobody. He don't put no rehydration clause. He don't duck nobody. He don't drop no belts. He don't fight in no catch weights. You know what I'm saying? He fight who they put in front of him. And he's looking to fight the top guy in the division, Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? You can't say the same thing about Canelo, to be honest with you, because let's keep it real. If David Benavidez didn't lose his belt on a scale, do you think Canelo would have fought David Benavidez this year? I don't think he would have tried to. I think the only reason why Canelo went for undisputed is because David Benavidez didn't have a belt anymore. That's what I think. because he is not trying to fight David Benavidez, bro. Oh, yeah, Diaz and Haney. I think that's going to be a good fight. Parker Teixeira, I ain't watching that. Tank and Cruz, Teofimo vs. Kambosos, and Ben versus Algieri. Is that Conor Ben versus Algieri? I think that's going to be a decent fight. I think that'll be an entertaining fight. We'll see how good. I'm not going to say we're going to see how good Conor Ben is. I think he's like a C-level fighter at 147. But I think Algieri is a good gatekeeper of the division. But yeah. Oh yeah, Alexander Usyk has no asterisk either. Oh yeah, Usyk. I give Usyk all the respect, man, because the dude became undisputed at cruiserweight by fighting all the champions. And I think he fought all the champions like as a challenger, I want to say. And then going from that and moving all the way up to heavyweight and getting 3 belts from Anthony Joshua, you got to put Usyk up there, bro. You're undisputed at cruiserweight, winning all the belts, his opponent's backyards, beat Michael Hunter, also moved up to heavyweight and schools Joshua. Oh yeah, Usyk up there too. So this is my top. This is my top pound for pound list right here. And so I'm not gonna do a top 10. I'm probably gonna do a top 5. So I got Crawford number 1. I gotta put Canelo number 2. I know he got all the asterisks, but we're gonna put Canelo number 2. I got Usyk number 3. Even though you're not supposed to put a heavyweight on pound for pound, but because he started off with cruiserweight and got the belts and he moved up and got more belts and fought probably the number 2 guy in heavyweight division, you gotta put him on there. So I got Usyk number 3. Number 4, I got Josh Taylor. And number 5, I'm probably got to put Teofimo Lopez on there because he beat Richard Comey and he beat Lomachenko. So Crawford, Canelo, Alexander Usyk, Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez, my top 5 pound for pound. Now, after 5, I don't really care because none of the guys under that really fit my description as pound for pound. And I know a lot of people have Errol Spence on a pound for pound list. I'm going to tell you why Errol Spence is not a top 5 pound for pound fighter. In my opinion, pound for pound means that in my opinion, you have to move up in weight to be a top 5 pound for pound. Pound for pound means that whenever you move up in weight, you're dominant. Or if you move up in weight, you're going to dominate that division. When we look at Crawford dominated 135, went to 140, became undisputed, then went to 147 and top dog at 1. So he's been top dog at 3 divisions and stopped everybody at 147. That's pound for pound. Errol Spence started his career off at 154, then went down to 147. Since he's been at 147, he's only got 2 belts. You know what I'm saying? And he's never went back up. So if Errol Spence moves up to 154, we don't know how good he's going to do at 154. We don't know how good he's going to do at 160. So if we don't know, he ain't never moved up in weight, how can he be pound for pound? How can he be top 5 pound for pound? I feel like you can't be pound for pound just because you're at the top of one division. That's just my opinion. And now after last night's victory, I don't have him at number 1 at 147. So for the people that's saying that got Errol Spence in their top 5, that's why I've seen people having Errol Spence as number 3 on pound for pound. I'm just like, how is he pound for pound when he ain't never moved up in weight? You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. All right. Usyk is coming for this area GOAT. Who can stop him? Man, that's tough, man. Usyk gonna have a hard time against Tyson Fury. I don't know if he can beat Tyson Fury. And I think he could probably beat Deontay. I would like to see him fight Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is tough, bro. Deontay Wilder is still the most entertaining fighter in heavyweight because he has that one-hitter quitter. You know what I'm saying? But Usyk, man, I got the utmost respect for Usyk, bro. I got the utmost respect. Yeah, info's in. Canelo not trying to see Benavidez, and I'm with you 100%. I don't know your boxing IQ was. Hey man, I appreciate you, man. Like I say, man, he don't want. And then remember when he said, "I'm not fighting no Mexican fighters." The only reason why he said that because he doesn't want to fight Benavidez, and I don't know why he's so scared of Benavidez when I think he could beat Benavidez. I think Canelo would. I don't know if he would stop him, but I think he would beat. I think he would clearly beat Benavidez, man. In my personal opinion, I think we've already seen the best of Errol. Bro, the best of Errol Spence. Let me see. I think the best Errol Spence was when he fought. Who's the guy he fought before Sean Taylor? I mean, before he fought. I'm tripping. Man, what's that guy's name? It's a guy he fought and he stopped him. And after that, the guy retired. The guy he was like a 140 pounder. And I think the guy lost to Danny Garcia too at 140. I cannot think of his name. It was a black guy. He got a beard. Damn, I can't think. Somebody gonna put it in the comment section. But I think that was the best Errol Spence. Back when he was training with Blu-ray, when he would go to the body, back when he was hungry. You know what I'm saying? I think Errol Spence started to decline after the Mikey Garcia fight because he even admitted he didn't even really train for Mikey Garcia. He didn't train well for Sean Porter, and then he ended up getting in a car accident, and he looked pretty good against Danny Garcia, but he started fading in the 8th round of that fight, and I was like, if he would have fought Crawford after that car accident, Crawford would have stopped him. And then, like you say, after the Danny Garcia fight, I don't know, man. Like going in that car accident, dealing with alcohol issues, ballooning up in weight, getting like 190 pounds in the offseason, partying with rappers and stuff like that. To me, it's like Errol Spence is not. He don't live that boxing lifestyle, man. And he's just not. I feel like he's not that hungry anymore, man. He think he's like a diva, man. I feel like he's a diva. And yep, shampoo Lamont Peterson. Oh yeah, Wilder and White is what I want to see between. Yeah, I said that 2 days ago. I said Deontay Wilder versus Dillian White is the best heavyweight boxing matchup right now. That if there was any matchup in the heavyweight division, that's the fight I would want to see. I would pay $100 pay-per-view to see Deontay Wilder versus Dillian White. Yeah, shampoo Lamont Peterson. That's who I was thinking about. I think that Errol Spence that beat Lamont Peterson, that was peak Errol Spence. I think after that fight is when Errol Spence started going downhill. I think after that is when he stopped working with Blu-ray. Blu-ray is his personal trainer. I think he started back working out with him to prepare for Mikey Garcia. But he stopped working out with Blu-ray. He stopped doing conditioning. He started ballooning up in weight, getting up to 100, because he got up to like 100, almost 200 pounds before Mikey Garcia, and he barely made weight to fight Mikey Garcia. So he balloons up in weight. He beats Mikey Garcia pretty easily. He balloons up in weight again before he fought Sean Porter, and he barely made weight to fight Sean Porter, and he didn't. And that Sean Porter was just a slugfest, man, because I don't think Errol Spence had his legs. Errol Spence was not 100% during that fight. Then he gets in a car accident. Then while he's prepping for Manny Pacquiao, he gets a detached retina. Like, I feel like he's on a decline. Then he's a diva. You know what I'm saying? He's not the hungry strap season, looking for belts, chasing after Keith Thurman. That's not Errol Spence no more, man. Yeah, Lamont Peterson that's who I was talking about. I feel like when Errol Spence fought Lamont Peterson, that was when he was at his peak. The annoying thing about Errol Spence is when he fought Kell Brook, he laughed at Kell for blowing up in weight and drinking. Now look at Errol. Once he became rich, he's changed who he hung around with. Yeah, man. Yep. And I'm gonna give him full credit for the Kell Brook fight, even though Kell Brook came off of that broken orbital against Triple G. I gave Errol Spence full credit. I don't know why people don't give Terrence Crawford full credit. You know what I'm saying? People always trying to move the goalposts. I don't know why people hate Crawford so much, bro. That's what gets on my nerves so much. Like, How in the world does Errol Spence convince all these people to hate on Crawford so much? Yeah, I'm headed to bed now, brother. Thanks for the stream. It's 2 a.m., man. I appreciate you, Rakeem, man, for tuning in, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Terrence Crawford, man, because without him, this stream would not be possible. Because if Terrence Crawford would have lost last night, I don't know if I would have made another boxing live stream, bro. Yeah, Earl Spence last couple of years been rough. Not making excuses for him, but I do think if the fight happens between Terrence Crawford, he'll be well prepared. Hey, he may be, yeah, of course, he better be well prepared, and that's what we want to see. We want to see Terrence Crawford fight 100% Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence was 100% in preparation to fight Manny Pacquiao, but because of the eye injury, like whenever you like, I feel like I don't know if Errol Spence will ever be the same, bro. And I'm not talking about physically wise. I think from a mental standpoint, because he was so ready for Manny Pacquiao. Like he had a long training camp. He hired Blu-ray back. He was like he was ready for that fight. You know what I'm saying? He was in the training room, and for you to get 2 weeks into fight time to realize that you got a serious eye injury and you got to call the fight off, and now you got to take 3 to 4 to 5 months to recover. Like, how do you like get back motivated? You know what I'm saying? Like, does he have it in him? Does he have it in him to get that hunger back after being disappointed like that? That's what I want to see. Johnny Dill, salute, man. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you for being on the stream. But yeah, man, I just had to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Terrence Crawford, man. The sky's the limit. I wish he was a little younger. But man, the sky's the limit. He still looks good. He's still sharp. He's still, and we hope that I really hope that Errol Spence is the next fight. But I feel like Terrence Crawford has a brighter future than Errol Spence, because even if he doesn't get the Errol Spence fight, he can get the Josh Taylor fight, and they'll fight in the UK in front of 70,000 people, probably at Wimbledon, or however you pronounce that, Wimbledon. And you know what I'm saying? And he's gonna get full credit for fighting Josh Taylor. But where does Errol Spence go? He's not gonna fight Usyk. I mean, the Cuban guy, because he got to go through a tournament for the WBA. Who is he gonna fight? Boots Ennis? I'd love to see that. I'd love to see Boots Ennis fight Errol Spence. Is he gonna fight Virgil Ortiz? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I salute for everybody that showed up to this chat. You know what I'm saying? I love talking this boxing. I could talk boxing all day, man. When I'm not, like, literally when I'm on YouTube, bro, all I watch is boxing videos, man. Boxing podcasts and stuff. So I watch everybody's channel, LDBC, everybody, Fight Hype, Goodfellas Sports. I watch anybody that makes boxing videos, bro. I watch them. So I'm all on Twitter, following all the guys. So, you know what I'm saying? This is what I love to watch. This is what I can't get into the UFC, bro. I just can't do it, man. I tried it, bro. I know the UFC has a better product than boxing. They get the fights that they want, and they don't have to wait. But I just can't sit there and watch no UFC. I'm just sorry. I just can't do it. I can't let boxing go. Yeah, shampoo's $20. A lot of fighters in this day and age will not only take important fights serious. Hold on. A lot of fighters in this day and age will only take important fights serious. So if they don't see their opponent serious or a threat, they won't train that hard. Sad, man, that is true. And that's dangerous to do it, man. You can't sleep on people, bro, because people hungry. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they get a belt and, you know what I'm saying, they think that, like, bro, they think they don't have to do anything, not realizing the guys up under them are training every day. They're hungry. They studying you. They in the gym when you're not in the gym. And if you don't perfect your craft, and that's on anything, you know what I'm saying? If you don't continually do it, if you don't continue to perfect it, you're gonna lose those skills, and somebody's gonna bypass you. And boxing is a sport. That's a combat sport, man. You can't afford to be caught slipping like that, bro. Like, you literally can die or be permanently disabled. So yeah, man. But Spence gonna learn. He gonna learn. If he fight Crawford, he better come in the best shape of his life. He better not cut no corners. If it was true that Sean Porter was only training, wasn't training Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, he learned a lesson the hard way, man. This ain't no game, bro. It ain't no game. Who would you say is the biggest star in American boxing right now after Floyd Mayweather retired? I'm talking American-born fighters, not Canelo or others. The biggest name is probably either Errol Spence or Tank Davis, but it really ain't no star. It's really no big stars in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Especially America. Like America don't really care about boxing like that. We don't get what we want to see. It's probably either Deontay Wilder, Tank Davis, or Errol Spence. Those are probably the three big American boxers. And like I say, none of those guys have a big following. Errol Spence don't even have 1 million Instagram followers. I don't even think Tank has 1 million Instagram followers. And if you ask the average person who is Deontay Wilder, they're not going to know who he is. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You should do more of these. It's nice to listen to someone who actually knows what they're talking about for a change. Hey, man, I try, man. I try, bro. Yeah, shampoo's $20. He going to learn. Errol Spence going to learn the hard way, bro. Like, he going to learn, bro. Because it's either going to be Crawford, Boots, or Virgil Ortiz. All three of these guys are gym rats. And he going to go in there thinking it's a game. And bow! He going to feel like he was in another car accident. Yeah, Johnny Deals, is Tank Davis really that good? I don't know, man. I really do think Tank is that good. But we don't really know because Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather, they're not gonna put him in. They're not gonna put him in there with somebody that can beat him. Like Tank Davis is not gonna get tested his whole career. He's not gonna get tested. So we really don't know. You know what I'm saying? But from when other boxers talk about Tank, guys that he sparred, because Tank be beating the hell out of people in sparring. You know what I'm saying? Tank, they say Tank beat up Sean Porter in sparring. So Tank is the real deal, but as long as he's with Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather, we're never gonna see it for ourselves how good he is, because he's not gonna fight any top guys. There's no way. He's not gonna fight Josh Taylor at 140. He's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson. He's not gonna fight Teofimo Lopez. He's not gonna fight Lomachenko. So we don't know. They'll put him in there with Ryan Garcia though. I have to say Tank or Wilder at one point. It was Broner. Oh, yeah, Broner. Before Madonna, Broner was going to be the next one up. And Broner is still a top guy. Broner outsells everybody that's American-born. You know what I'm saying? Broner just, I don't know what it is about him, but people gravitate to Broner. I guess it's the antics, but I don't watch Broner fights anymore, bro. Broner didn't let me down so much, you know what I'm saying, that it's just like I don't even get hyped for him. Like Broner, like it's like I can't watch Broner fight because it's too frustrating, because he just does not throw punches. And it's like, it's not like he's not good. Broner is good. You know what I'm saying? He's a very good counterpuncher, but it's just like mentally, he's just not there, man. Ever since he lost that fight to Madonna, he just hasn't been the same fighter. And it's just so frustrating watching him fight and him not throw punches that I gave up on him, bro. I think it was like Jesse Vargas. I think that's who he fought. I want to say it was Jesse Vargas. And I remember Tank and one of the Charlo brothers won the undercard. And watching that fight, I couldn't watch it anymore. I was like, I can't watch Adrian Broner anymore. It's too frustrating. My blood pressure is going up. I ain't even watched Adrian Broner fight Pac. I just can't. I'm done with Adrian Broner. But yeah, Adrian Broner can outsell any of the other guys, even now. Especially if you match him up with the right person, because Adrian Broner just knows how to sell fights. But yeah, man, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. We at an hour. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody that came to the stream, man. We're gonna do some more boxing videos. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to see when the next boxing match. I'll definitely do a live stream on Richard Comey versus Lomachenko, man. I think that's gonna be the next big fight. I may do one on the Tommy Fury, and I ain't gonna watch that fight, man. One of the Paul brothers against that. I really want to see I want to see Darren Williams fight what's his name? Frank Gore. Cause I heard Frank Gore can fight. I heard Frank Gore would like box in the offseason and stay in shape. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that would be pretty interesting to see that fight. I'd rather see that fight than what Logan Paul or Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. I don't know, bro. I don't know. The Tank fight is gonna be interesting too, because the dude that he's fighting is a brawler and he's not gonna have no respect for Tank. But Tank gonna get him up out of there, man. But how that's on pay-per-view, there's no way I'm paying pay-per-view to watch Tank fight. Love the videos, man. Appreciate that. Hit the likes. Yeah, man. Hit the like buttons, man. I like doing these videos, man. But yeah, I'm about to end this, man. I'll do another video this week, man. I'm about to purchase some more minoxidil. I still got to choose. I might try the Rogaine version. I saw some at Walmart. But yeah, man, y'all just stay tuned. We're going to have more boxing videos this at the end of the year. And I'll see y'all later. Peace out.